Hi everyone, update for today, which was April the 16th of 2026. Today, for me, was ridiculous. This was just a nutty day. Alright. And as a matter of fact, I'm doing this entire video without even notes, just recounting just the one ridiculous thing about today after another. So, one of the first things that I did today was film the video for yesterday. And honestly, this is one of those ones where it was a darn good version on the very first take. I was quite impressed. And that being said, I've mentioned this tax situation thing that I was dealing with. Well, right after filming the video, I went and right over to my computer. Well, it was the computer that I had here for Dad. This desk here, but you can see my laptop right in front of it. But I went right over there and went on the website of the freaking IRS to finalize the solution to the resolution of this tax situation. And of course, dealing with them is never fun. Of course, I'm sure they're still going to find me or late baloney or something to that effect, because I'm sure 8:30 a.m. on the 16th is not good enough. Anyway, and while I was doing this, I was fiddling around with the editing process of the video. Well, finalized giving the government a bunch of money, which sucks. And then, right afterwards, go to finalize my little video. And, somehow the app freezes and loses the whole thing. And I described that whole thing in the video for yesterday. And the reason I mentioned all that in there is because I had to redo the whole video. And the redo was not as good as the first one, which sucks, but oh well. Anyway, so I was a little annoyed about that already. Both giving the government a bunch of my money and losing my video. But okay, whatever. And I'm going to go into work. And I get into work, and by the way, work for me today was a 10 to 7. A 10 to 7 cashier, or I'm sorry, self-checkout attendant day. And I get there, and the first thing that I'm sent on is a mission about cleaning some paint that got into a place where paint should not be. And no problem there, got that taken care of, we be good. That being said, and then did a variety of bagging and carts and doing some cleaning. Here again, some corporate, somebody or other came wandering through because, again, as I've mentioned several times before, we're a model location, so they come in, they go out. And so, but anyway, and I was able, finally getting over my aggravation of, I messed up this story. So I finish at my computer. Right here. And come back over here and refilm the video. Again, the retake being not as good. From right here, after I finish the video, from this exact spot, and by the way, I'm in my gym clothes. Alright, after this, I'm going to be going to the gym. After filming that video, right? That was my plan for this morning. And I turn, and right around here, where those cookies are now, freaking ants. Sorry, press the button and somehow clip the recording. But anyway, freaking ants all over this area here. What the? So, there goes my gym workout. Beautiful, love that. And, so, well, new priority 1. Get the freaking ants. So, you'll notice some of that counter area that I showed you is now really clean, because that was then how I spent my last, hour before work, scrubbing that area and spraying ant killer in there and getting rid of all the freaking ants. Turns out that a piece of something, some kind of food item, had kind of slipped underneath the microwave, and that's what the ants were going for. But still, there goes a freaking hour of my time dealing with that freaking thing. Well, more like half an hour or so, but didn't have enough time then to go to the gym after work, before work. So instead, I had a little bit of breakfast, and almost immediately got a freaking acid reflux attack. I'm that guy, by the way. Spicy food, spicy. Oh God, why do I have acid reflux? I'm that guy. Anyway, but this particular attack was bad. All right, and got pretty close to start heaving a couple of times, and that sucked. But again, self-inflicted, whatever. So with that, I'm still kind of feeling that as I go to work and get put on the paint project, and then the bagging and the cart pushing and all that I mentioned before. And I go to lunch. And then there's a positive moment where, for whatever reason, the store they had a taco bar set up during the lunch hours, and which just happened to land during my first break. I proved that you can eat assemble and eat 2 little tacos and a little small quesadilla in 10 minutes and be back on time. I proved that right today to make a point, and it is possible. So, please, boys and girls, if they're offering free food in the break room and you are on a 10-minute break, please don't make it a 27-minute break. Particularly if it was my mission to cover you in the last 10 minutes of my shift. That has happened. And, so, anyway, free tacos today. No such thing as a free lunch? Well, have one today. Anyway, that being said, so, on my actual lunch break, came home and, continued working with getting rid of the freaking ants and dealing with the kitchen, which is now freaking tornado zone because of having to move things around for the freaking ants, but getting there. Anyway, spent time on my lunch break dealing with that. When I come back and clock back in and check in with the supervisors. Hi, Mikey. The last 2 hours of your day, you're going to be supervisor. Lovely. And when I'm supervisor, then what happens? Instacart, one of the delivery services, they have some system meltdown. And we have 5 non-deliverable orders show up that have already been paid for. This was a mess. And 2 hours of joy. And when you happen to be supervisor and you're the midday supervisor, you never get out on time. Ended up clocking out at 7:45, when normally I go to bed at 8:15 on Thursday nights. And you can see it's 5 minutes to 12, and I get up at 3:15. Had to take the trash out and all sorts of other things, and today has been a joy. Anyway, thanks for joining me all the way to the end. Have a great rest of your day. I look forward to being up in 4 hours to go to work, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Ciao for now.